Hi everyone, so today we are going to talk about Heinz. We have some questions that we have to answer based on his innovative culture. So the first one is, in what ways has Heinz changed since adopting the new innovative culture? So Heinz has introduced a big change in his work culture, creating a more dynamic environment where his employees can find a way to be creative and be able to work with new technique that allows the company to bring new customers. It's a company that has clear from the start that innovation is the main source for a company to be more successful. List 6 barriers to innovation in an organization. How would you go about removing each of these barriers? So from this side, I put the 6 barriers, which are resistance to ideas, fear of failure, fear to take longer risks, organization was not effectively listening to customers, hierarchical structure, and feel they are not equipped with the necessary skills to innovate. So from this side, I put some keys to remove these barriers. So the first one is motivate the employees. Motivate the employees in such a way that they align with the organization's innovative goals, so the ideas can flow. Know that not every idea is good. Keep in mind that not all ideas are a success, but that can stop the organization from trying. Risk is always high. It is very important that each organization understand that the risk in new things will always be high, but if the correct strategy is followed, any project can be carried out. The customer is the most important. If you don't listen properly to this, you can expect to have good results when innovating. Dynamic organizational structure. Have a more dynamic organizational structure where ideas flow from all the sense, and to make decisions, they listen to the opinions of all. Find ways to improve the skills. In today's world, where everything is changing and growing exponentially, it is of great importance that a company is constantly obtaining new knowledge. What are the key differences between the approach of measure and madness? It is possible for organizations to combine these two approaches effectively. So I try to make a scheme where we can compare measure and madness. So they are some words that are fundamentals in these worlds. In measure, we have structure, rules, and techniques. Because we know the word of measure is based on making decisions, taking into account certain techniques and tools that help companies to have quantifiable data that ensure results. And in the world of madness, we have creativity, emergent, and disorganized. This world has a much more dynamic perspective, where the most important part is creativity, and the strategy to be followed is not chosen beforehand, but is being formed with the ideas that are emerging. An organization can achieve the combination of these two, of course, because both worlds have characteristics that become fundamental when innovating. It is worth highlighting that in order to achieve this, both worlds must be deeply understood and capable of rescuing the most important characteristic of each one. Why do you think Heinz has placed so much emphasis on creating time to develop ideas? So, from the beginning, Heinz understood that power was in ideas, that doing the same thing was not going to be the best. They were looking for growth that would lead them to be leaders in the industry, delivering good service and quality through the constant development of ideas. List 3 examples of step change innovation with which you are familiar. What factors do you think were so important in helping to create the step change? So I put here 3 companies: Airbnb, Rappi, and Uber. These 3 companies are of great importance, and I consider that they represent the entire step of change that the reading talks about. Because these companies didn't design new service, but they took existing service and improved them, which allowed them to have a great service and become what they are today. Consider an organization with which you are familiar. Does the organization have an innovative culture? Would it benefit from having an innovative culture? How could this culture be introduced? So for this example, I decided to choose Bimbo. Bimbo was born as a regular bakery, but from the beginning they had a goal and they never stopped growing. The most important thing is that they understood the customers. They take into account the needs of the consumers and they seek to bring innovative products that please them. They understood the need for new ideas. Ideas should never end, or else the business will. So, what can other business organizations learn from the recent process of innovation at Heinz? So, something important to know is that the innovative companies will always be 1,000 steps ahead from the others. Is where Heinz is, because it is a company that has been one step ahead of many, and this has been achieved because they understood that the consumer always has new needs and someone must be there to cover them, and the company that achieve it will be on top of the others. I hope you understand everything. Thank you.